Right, it's FaceTime Fighters, and we're back. And today I've got the absolute legend, the madman, the Viking himself. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, bro. Give me your name, your fighter status, and where you're from.
My name is El Tornado Tyler Goodjohn. I am the Bare Knuckle Viking. I'm currently living in Kingston, but my hometown is Ely, Cambridgeshire.
Yeah,
I've been everywhere really. I lived in Miami for a couple of years. Yeah, I'm back. Well, I'm back in the UK at least at the
he's
moment.
back for a bit. Well traveled. Obviously, I've known Tyler for a very long time. Had the pleasure of sharing a ring with Tyler. I say the pleasure. It wasn't really a pleasure. Always hard rounds when me and Tyler linked up. And yeah, most of you guys know Tyler as the bare knuckle Viking nowadays. Before that, he was a very, very good professional fighter, very good professional fighter, very good amateur fighter as a boxer, a gloved boxer, and has now made the transition to bare knuckle fighting. Um, on that, Tyler, why bare knuckle? What made you jump into bare knuckle?
So, I mean, it's a mad story and how it all sort of worked out in the end. But like, obviously, I had my last professional boxing match like August 2017, I think
Yeah,
it was, and against Adam Barker, who was unbeaten at the time. I won that, and then about fast forward about 2 or 3 months after that, I'd done a podcast. Um, and I was talking about the stories of when I used to make 10 stone. Look,
yeah,
you know what it's
yeah,
all
yeah,
about. So it was just like an old war tale, really, on a podcast. Week later, British Border Control have sent me a letter to say that my license has been revoked and like highlighted all the areas of what I said wrong and all that kind of stuff. So I rung up Dennis Skill Martin in the Southern Area Board at the time and just said, like, what's going on? And he's
yeah,
like, look, you bring a lawyer in front of the board and come like, or you don't get your license back. And I was just like, do you know what? And again, only the fighters will know, like all the blood, sweat, and tears, and the very little money I made out of professional boxing. I thought, what, you want me to come and bring a lawyer, spend money on a lawyer to like highlight something that everyone does? Do you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So yeah,
The
that was
ball,
it. And then as you do, you sort of like wander around in the wilderness a bit. I was 26, so I felt like I was sort of, you're coming into that physical peak. And it was mad. I just put the TV on one day. It was like the area in the news in your area, and it was a thing about BKB, the fastest growing sport in Britain at the minute. Showed a little piece on it, and I was just like, oh, okay.
yeah. Have a bit of that. Yeah, man.
And then I think I fought like 6 weeks, 8 weeks later.
Oh wow, wow. You see with the BKB, yeah, and the whole bare knuckle stuff. What's the biggest mental shift between the two, between glove boxing and bare knuckle? Is it a completely different mindset going into it?
Yeah, it's like one thing that I would say to anyone, and still even myself, like probably struggle with a little bit, is like the pace of it is so quick. Like especially when I was doing like 2 minute rounds, because like obviously coming from the 3 minute rounds in boxing you can sort of afford to come out, have a look, use your
Yeah,
jab for that. But it's just bare knuckles, not like that, man. It's like I mean, it's near enough a street fight. It's just, but it's like having the calmness in the chaos. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Being
yeah,
able to bit like push the pace and do everything, but like be able to be calm enough in that situation where you can pick your shots and not just throw like willy nilly, really, because obviously you break your hands so much easier. Um, yeah, it's a mad sport, to be fair.
yeah. On
That's why
on that,
I'll be honest. Like I said about this being my last fight in September. Yeah, man, it's a lot. Bare knuckles, a hard game.
I mean, me and Tyler are pals, so we had a little chat off camera beforehand, and he's let me know this is going to be his last fight in September. Speaking of that, his last fight is an absolute barn burner, massive fight, massive platform. He's fighting, you know, I don't want to go over the top and say like boxing royalty, but anyone from our era knows Paulie Malignaggi. you know, former world champion. That is a massive, massive fight. So he's fighting Paulie Malignaggi in September. How's the preparation going for that?
Yeah, so look, I'm always doing something, training, running, and that. So my fitness is good. I've obviously had a big transition. I've now moved to London, so I'm working at a gym here and training at the gym. Sorry. So I've been trying to find my feet a little bit down here and that, and my training. But yeah, I'm always more than ready when I get in that ring.
100%.
But life gets in the way, doesn't it?
Um, Tyler, you see your training, yeah? When you're training for the bare knuckle, how does sparring change? Is there any change in sparring? Do you have to do things differently? Or how do you spar for a bare knuckle fight?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously with the bare knuckle now, you're allowed to clinch.
Yeah.
That's something that I struggled with at the start because it's just not more than anything. It's not something I'm looking to do. Like as a boxer, when you
Yeah.
get close, you wanna let go, don't you?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I'm
I saw that, and I done a video talking about the Jamie Cox, Frankie Gavin. I watched that card, and the thing that I noticed from that it was the clinches. Like in boxing, professional boxing, glove boxing, when you clinch, that's a reset. You know, the ref comes in and breaks you. But when I watched that card, as soon as they got into a clinch, that was it. It was just chaos. People were holding and hitting. I mean, they were cupping their head and throwing uppercuts. It was madness. So is that a transition and something you have to work on, or is it just get in there
yeah.
and listen? What happens
I,
happens.
I was sort of chucked into the deep end a little bit. With how it all happened because my fight with BKC in America was in the middle of COVID. So
Yeah,
I couldn't take a training team or anything. So I just literally went out there and fought by myself. And I'd just come from BKB. So it was bare knuckle boxing. So you weren't allowed to clinch.
yeah,
On Lewis Palomino, who at the minute it's like pound for pound #1 in the sport. Like
yeah.
he's
He's the guy. Yeah, he's the guy.
unbeaten else. Anyway, I've gone over there and I kept thinking like, oh no, the clinch won't be that much of a big thing. Like especially with my head movement, I can roll out and everything else. So I was pretty confident going in, but obviously Lewis Palomino had what like 50, 60 pro MMA fights, Bellator, so he's like he's
Yeah,
legit. And mate, he messed me up with that clinch like big time because, like I say, I sort of like when I get close, I'm looking to let go. I'm rolling. Every time I was getting close and like rolling to come up with a shot, he was just getting me in this mad Muay Thai clinch,
yeah,
and they got you in that, man. It's so hard to get out of. It
yeah.
was
I see it. I see it.
strong guy as well, and he just got me there, ripping me with his uppercuts and
Oh.
tore my heart a bit. Um, so
Um,
yeah,
is there a moment, yeah, in your BK, your bare knuckle journey? Is there a moment when you thought to yourself like, "Oh shit, this is different. This is real."
yeah, probably the first fight. To be fair, the first one because
Yeah,
like the pace of it, everything, like it's just yeah, it becomes real pretty quick in there. Do you know what I mean? To be fair. And
yeah,
like now, obviously, as times because there's no real longevity to bare knuckle fighting. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've made it to 10 fights, I'd say you've done pretty well. I've had 8, and the
yeah,
wars in my face is torn to bits.
yeah,
So the trouble I've got now is like every time I fight, literally, and like it's like boxing. Like you're not going to get in a boxing ring and not get caught with a shot the entire
yeah,
fight. It's
100%. Yeah,
so in bare knuckle, you're going to get caught with something. And
yeah,
even if there's a jab or whatever, and it's just like, my face is like tissue paper. So it's just like, but then all of a sudden, the game plan that you've trained for,
it's out the window. Yeah,
you're
go on.
fighting with one eye now, blood's in one eye, so I'm like there. Because usually I can't get the blood out of my eye until I get back to the corner. So they're wiping it out with a towel and that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I've seen on them bare knuckle shows. I will say the cutmen earn their wages on the night, man. The cutmen are busy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
busy. Have you got? Is there a specific injury or moment that you'll never forget? That's always stays with you.
Yeah, so in my what was it? My sixth bare knuckle fight. So when I was at Wembley Arena, BKFC's first England show at Wembley Arena, I fought James Lilly, who is a very good fighter. I think he's had like 12 bare knuckle fights now. Only lost like two. Very very good fighter, very experienced. And I trained in Miami, and my last few fights had been in America, so I hadn't really fought in England. And all of a sudden, I'm on the big show, Wembley Arena,
Yeah.
Mike Page headlining, and like I say, I was fighting a very good fighter. Of just literally first 10 seconds of the fight, I've just come out, and I don't know if it was because I'm back in England, I wanted to put a show on or what. I definitely got caught up in the moment, which is a sucker move, as you know. Do you know what I mean? And I just went bowling out for a massive left hook, and he's just thrown like a wild right hand. It's caught me on the ear, and it sliced my ear in half. It's
Oh,
gone right. I had to end up getting stitches on it. But then as I've turned like that, he has just caught me with the sweetest right hand. And I've never had it happen before. It closed my eye like that. Boom! Like that, just went.
oh,
And from that moment on, so like, I think it was like I timed it. It was 7 seconds that I'd done that mad nutty left hook,
oh.
and he countered me, and boom, I rested another 5 rounds basically, one eye, and then that eye got cut as well. So I'm contending with the blood going in that eye.
Madness.
Yes, I'll never forget that. That was just like,
Madness. That's
oh.
madness. Tyler, man, you've had a long career, story career in glove boxing and now in bare knuckle as well. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned throughout your fighting career?
Biggest lesson, man. Don't know, do you know what? I've learned so many lessons. Um, just keep believing in yourself, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, yeah, like you just because this game, as you know, this game's it's a hard game, very very hard game,
Yeah.
for a lot of different reasons. Not always the best fighters make it to the top and everything else. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of lows on this journey, but you just
A
got to
lot.
keep yourself because no one else is going to do it the way that you do it. Um, yeah, man, and that's for real. Like, I've been fighting 24 years now, and I've there's been so many moments where I could have really like just chucked it and probably should have chucked it in, but you know what? Now I just this is my dream. This is been my dream since I was a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So um, I'm doing it for that little fat kid that walked in the gym and lost his first 6 fights. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're still going, man, and look where you are now. Massive show in September, absolute massive show, man. You've done a lot. You've done a lot, bro. In glove boxing, you've done a lot now in BKB, and not only that, you've inspired a lot of people along the way, and a lot of
Yeah,
people that you probably, I'm
yeah.
assuming a lot of people reach out to you, but probably you've inspired a lot of people that don't reach out to you.
Well, just
And
even when I had the face off with Paulie on Friday, like he just went like, "Man, you're a low key legend in this sport. I want you to have this fight because everyone should know about you. I chose you because you're the hardest fight, legit fight. If I'm going to actually do anything in this sport, and like to get that from Paulie, do you know what I mean?
100%, man.
That's one fighter to another. Um, that stuff like that means a lot. I walked away from that. I was like, do you know what? Damn, Paulie Malignaggi just called me a low key legend.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
for so yeah, man.
100%. Um,
Pushing on.
Tyler, man. Obviously, you've been in the game for a long time. Like you just said, 24 years. You've been in there, some really good guys in the glove ring, some really good guys, bare knuckle. You sparred with a lot of really good guys. What's the hardest you've ever been hit? And you don't need to say me. You can be true.
You know what? So another funny little story. So last year, literally to last July, I fought on Pro Box in Florida.
Yeah,
I was living out there, and so I started training camp in about January of that year for a fight in April. A week before that fight, it got pulled, right? So I then accepted another fight about 2 weeks later, got training for that one. And then that got pulled a week before, got a note saying, oh, he's broke his all bone in sparring. It's like, right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm desperate for a fight, desperate out in Florida. I haven't got a manager, and I got offered this guy, Goodjohn Mindoro, right? So,
Yeah.
like,
I watched it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So at super middleweight, and I have no reason to ever be at super middleweight. And he was 11-0, 11 knockouts. And I tell you what, like actually, when I got in there, first round or so, I was feeling my groove and everything else, and I think if anything, I got overconfident and forgot. Look, this guy's 2 weights above me. He's a big puncher. And I tell you what, he hit me with a shot, like a counter shot. I threw a right hook to the body. He's blocked it with his elbow and just turned it in. It's like just caught me right on the temple. And mate, it was like I had like 15 pints, mate. You know, when your head's there, my head was there, I got up, but my legs were just, whoa. And I just I thought at this point, well, I've just got to go and try to slug it out of him now because my legs. And I'm telling you now, I got out of that ring like 10 minutes later. My legs were still wobbling, mate. He's a puncher, yeah. That was a mad one.
Tyler, again, long time in the sport, yeah. There must be one corner moment you'll never ever forget. Could be for your amateur days, professional, bare knuckle. It could be funny, it could be good, it could be bad. There's got to be that one moment that just sticks in your head in the corner.
I remember as an amateur when I must have only been about 12, 13, and I fought at Romford, Essex, and I went out. I don't know how the ref didn't notice, but you go up to the middle, touch gloves, gone back, and I've just gone out there. And luckily, I stopped the kid in the round, and then I've come back. My trainer's sat down, and he's got the mouth guard in his pocket like that. So I didn't have mouth guard in. I mean, I've had some more so. Probably had a laugh with the cut people, with the doctor.
Yeah.
So with BC, I had a really good relationship with Don Moosey. His name is like the doctor that basically has to calling a fight off or not. And obviously, my face is just absolutely smashed to bits every time I fight. And he's just over time got used to, right, actually, he is all right when he says he's all right. And I come back after this first round of the Soto. Already my face is just absolutely dripping, torn to bits. And he stood up on the apron of the ring like that. And we both just started laughing like that. And I was like, come on, Don. You know, I've been a lot worse than this, mate, like that. Yeah. And he just started laughing. And he went, go on then, like that. And he just let me out. So you can imagine.
Tyler, give me one person you'd fight for free. No money involved. It could be anyone. You might want to share the ring with a legendary fighter. There might be a certain manager or promoter you'd love to get in the ring and put your hands on. It must be someone.
Yeah. Well, actually, when you put it like that. Well, it'd have to be of 2 people, really. Eddie Hearn and Dave Feldman of BKFC.
Eddie Hearn's a few
on me, but he wants to get rid of me early because I'm going to be sat on him all night long.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn's got a few weight classes on you. Might have to make it a catch weight.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Listen, Tyler. Obviously, you've been in the game a long time. You've experienced a lot of highs, but I think it's fair to say you've experienced a lot of lows with it as well. But you've learned a lot, you've gained a lot. It's made you the man you are today. Would you want your children to become fighters?
Amateur, not professional. Not professionally.
What's the reasoning?
It's a dirty business, man. It's a shit game. Like, and do you know what? In the words of Chris Eubanks Senior, it's a bit of a mugs game. And do you know what I mean? And
cheers, mate.
No,
I get it.
Like, business, like when you think like just when I won the English title, I'm co-main event to Anthony Joshua. You know, a very packed out fucking O2 live on Sky Sports, and I'm walking away with 4.5 grand, and 750 of that I'm paying the British Border Control for my belt. I've then got to give my manager his bit, my trainer his bit, my cut man his bit. I probably walked away with like what, a grand, and I've just trained 10 weeks to fight a 12-0 fighter live on Sky Sports, co-main event to Anthony Joshua, and I'm earning 4.5 grand. It's like, and I've done it because I love it. But looking back on it, it's like, damn, you know, the performances when I absolutely went to war with Tyrone Nurse, you know, for the English title and stuff like that. And I hate to talk bad about boxing. Like amateur, I love amateur. I'll probably only ever really go to amateur boxing now because it's for the love of the sport and you're seeing kids get into it. It's great. I feel like when I was an amateur, but yeah, man, the pro game boxing is just it's a money mission.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. Listen, Tyler, man, I've loved catching up with you today. I can't wait to watch that fight in September. It's going to be brilliant. Have you got any sponsors or whatnot on board? You got any sponsors you want to shout out?
I've got just my usual sponsors. I've got Daniel Lawrence Plumbing and Heating, who are like back from where I'm in Ely, Cambridgeshire. Absolute legend of a guy, has always had my back, all my fights. And then Marcus Lawson Civil Engineering, who also has been there for the last few years and had my back. Do you know what? Like one thing about like sponsorship, it's, you know, it's, like I was just saying, there's no real money in boxing. We need these sponsors, man, to help. You know, because otherwise, you know, the very little money you are making out of fighting, you're just going boom like that. That's paid for all my training. So all these sponsors, you know, it's not like we're going down the pub and drinking it up, you know, pissing up the wall. This is generally going on physio, nutrition, all your gym equipment, just like, and you know how quickly like thousands of pounds rack up. So,
definitely.
Yeah, one thing that does annoy me is when like people, I get it all the time to the point where I sort of stopped, where people are like, stop begging for sponsors, stop begging. You're always begging. You're like, I'm not begging. Like I'm putting my life on the line for you guys. Like, why should I pay out of my money for my training? Do you know what I mean? When other people can get, you know, like logos and stuff like that. I'm not begging. I'm just trying to ask for a little bit of help. And it's like, yeah, but people are dicks, aren't they?
Yeah. But yeah, sponsors are always needed, and the people that sponsor fighters are they don't realize, sometimes they don't realize the actual help that they're giving fighters. And
That's it.
Yeah, so I'm glad you shouted out your sponsors. But listen, Tyler, we've got to stay in touch, keep in touch, and you're in London, you're only down the road, so we'll have to link up. Obviously, you can't have a beer because you're in training camp, but we'll have to link up and have a coffee.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I'd love that. Yeah.
Definitely, bro. Take care, bro.
Yeah, look after yourself, man.